on mode now?
Yep. So I guess when I'm out of view, smile and hit go.
Run. Thank you.
You're welcome. Did you click go live?
I did.
Wait until I was out of view?
I did. But I think you're still in it. I don't know. I can't even see it. Hi, guys. I don't even know if this is working right now. It's my IT guy. We're just setting up for Pilates. I'm 2 minutes early. We're just still trying to figure out the whole computer thing, as you can tell. There's a little bit of a delay, so I have blocked off one computer screen, and I don't know if anyone's here yet. I'm hopeful that this is all set. I don't know. Just let me know if anyone's here at some point. We have a little bit of time. We have 2 minutes. So I will start by just saying that my name's Kim. I teach Pilates at Hampshire Hills. I also teach Body Flow, and I also teach CX Works, which is a Les Mills class. We are doing this like remote learning type thing. Hi, Felda. Good. I'm so glad it's working. So we're just doing this remote learning for a little bit here. So if anyone's new, basically what it is it's about a 45-minute to hour-long Pilates class. No props needed, just a mat if you have one. And I'm seeing now that it looks like my mat could be moved a little bit back. So I'm going to adjust that. But all you need is a mat. If you don't have one, then like a beach towel, something like that's great. If you're on like a more squishy surface like I am on like a padded carpet, just be mindful of like how your spine feels, especially if you're on hardwood floor. So give yourself a little bit of padding if that's your situation. We do have, like, if you want to grab, you have a little bit of time, like a little hand towel might be a good option for you if you feel like, you know what, my hips hurt, my knees hurt, things like that. We are doing a little bit of side lying, so the knee will be down, hip has the option to be down if you want, and as well as a little bit of kneeling, not a ton. So not heavy on those sore joints today. Hi, Lisa. All right, let me just adjust my mat, give people a little bit more time, and then I'll do the whole spiel before we begin. So I'm just gonna make sure. I have like a 20-second delay, it says, so I never quite know where I'm at and in space. Feels weird. I see myself holding up that paper or that towel right now, so a little bit odd, but we'll make it work. So anyways, yes, so if you are brand new or if you have been here before, basically this is just the spiel to say that it is a virtual class, so unfortunately we can't adjust you, we can't correct you, we can't do any of those things to make you or remind you to be mindful of your movements. So I hate that I can't see you. I wish I could so much. But just make sure that you listen to your bodies, that you're careful, and don't take things too far. You know, take it easy. That's why we're here. So when you're ready, we're gonna start standing on the mats. I've been trying something a little bit new. So we're gonna come to that like wide Wu Chi type squat position. So the knees will be right over the ankles. Perfect. And now we're gonna take the arms to the sky and just sit down into the legs. Just kind of wake up the hips. Find just a little bit of a breath. It's been quite a week. We've had a lot of time at home. And it looks like today the weather might be pretty nice. So just find another big breath. And just let it go. Now on the next big breath, we'll stand up, straightening through the legs. And this time as we sit down, we'll just bring the arms up and let them come back down. So as you're circling with the arms, I want you to tuck the tailbone, brace the belly so it's nice and tall here. Chest stays open and proud. Good. Now the knees track right over the ankles and find that softness through the shoulders. Just waking up those limbs just a little bit more. Now the next time that we squat down, we're gonna stay. Arms will reach to that T position, dropping the shoulders down the back. We'll just start to twist through that thoracic spine, pulling the belly button in. And you'll find that there's not a large rotation here. Just a little shift back and forth. Good, find that softening, that strength there. Tuck the rib cage down. And one more to each side. This time, we'll take the arms a little bit further. Take the hands, try to reach them towards each other, and then come wide again. So as you twist, you're really pulling the belly button into the spine, dropping that shoulder blade away from the ear. So really pulling it down the back, finding that softness. Good. Now we're holding this squat to really wake up the legs a little bit more, waking up our spine. We're doing a lot of twists today, a lot of oblique work. Now bring the arms wide again, stand tall. This time we'll sit down and we're gonna press to the left side, reaching for that side wall and coming back. So extending one leg long, finding that long line from fingers to toes as you reach and press. Good, stay with this. Focusing on big breaths in and out. One more. Holding to this left side, I want you to take your right hand, start to twist it and reach almost down. So the arm comes down towards the knee, and then we'll straighten tall, coming back to that seated squat. Now other direction, reach tall here. Take the arm, let it continue to circle, sweeping down towards the knee, and then coming back into that squat. Good. So as you press through, I want you to try to wake up that side body, feeling that nice big stretch, that opening, that rotation. Good, keep coming. Slow and controlled movement today. One more to each side, please. Good, and the last one here. Perfect. We're gonna stand tall one more time. Take the arms, just let them kind of swoop down. We'll roll down slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Legs stay nice and wide. And then just turn long onto the mat. Coming into that kneeling position to start. We'll bring the hands right underneath the shoulders in tabletop position. And I want you to brace the belly, pulling the belly button into the spine. Okay, the back is nice and long. The chin is tucked. And then I want you to tuck the toes under. So we're lifting off into that bear crouch position. Good, holding here. And now touch down. Perfect. Bracing the belly, come up again, hold here. Keeping the tuck through the chin, the nice long spine, pulling the shoulders away from the ears, and touch down. All right, come again, lift off, hold here. Brace the belly, feel that strength, and touch down. On the next one, when we come up, we're gonna hold up a little higher, and I want you to walk the feet in so they're near each other, pressing the knees towards each other if they haven't yet. Now dip one side of the knee down, and then switch. So if you're looking at me head on, you're gonna find the knees dipping from side to side, bracing the belly, pulling it in. Good, just alternating that twist to the spine. Stay here. Two more. Last one. Now touch it down. Take a minute, roll the shoulder blades, find that cat and cow. Releasing through the back. Slowing down the breath just for a minute. And when you're ready, back to that crouch. So lifting through the knees, lift off. We'll take one leg, walking it back. Finding a full plank, back to the crouch. Hold here. Come back again, alternating legs leading, back in, and hold. One more with each leg leading. Come back in, hold, and out. Now this time, hold here with the leg nice and long, the back leg's long, front knee is towards the floor. So we have that one-legged tabletop, toe is still tucked under, okay? Hands are still braced right underneath the shoulders. We're gonna brace the belly and lift off the knee that's to the ground. So lifting off and lowering down. Good. So similar to that bear crouch position, but one leg is a little bit longer here. Same movement though, bracing the core, lifting off, holding here, and lowering down. Take one more. Good. Switching legs, taking the front leg nice and long, back knee is down, toe is tucked. When you're ready, pressing through the hands, the foot, lift off. Good, so you'll see if you scoop the belly in, it gives you a little bit more space to work with, right? Perfect. Stay here. One more. Knee will come back in, untuck the toes again, come through with a cat and cow. Slow down the breath. So what's tricky with this 45-minute format, I do feel like it's like press play and like go. So I'm trying to make those time for pause because I think it's so important for us to have that now. But still get a good workout where we get our breath work in. When you're ready, we're gonna take the legs nice and long, back to that plank position. If the wrists are starting to hurt, I want you to come to a fist or always come to the forearms if that feels better for you. When you're ready, we'll tuck the toes. We're gonna drop down to the knees at the same time and lift off. If this is too much, stay with one knee down and then maybe just play with which leg is stretching long. Good. I feel so many creaks and cracks. Haven't done much moving today, I guess. Good, take 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Now, challenge time. Option to stay to the knees, or we're gonna come back to that plank. Pay attention to the hands. If you are on the forearms, you won't have as much room to move. We're gonna take one leg, bringing it in, crossing over, kind of drawing like that square, and bringing it back. If you're on forearms, I want you to just see if you can tuck and bring that knee in and maybe across. There's not as much space to kind of come back and forth. All right, so when you're ready, take the back leg, bring it into the front elbow, same elbow. Good. Switch. Now drop towards the floor, drawing that X. Good. Come back again. We're going to take 4 of these. Bringing the belly into the spine, brace the core. Last one. Really scoop that spine, stretch long. You ready? Other side. Take the front knee in, other elbow, and switch. Stay here. 2 more. Last one. Good. Bring the knees down, and I want you to sit back into that shell pose. We've done a lot of work to start, and I want to slow the breath down. If you're finding that the arms are a little bit sore right now, really press through the forearms. See if you can release through those shoulders. Another option, if the wrists are starting to hurt, just give them a little bit of a move. Maybe shake out through the neck. One more really big breath here. All right, rolling up, we're going to come to a seated position. Kind of flip-flopping around today. So what we're looking for, what me and all my friends here are looking for is that seated position. So we're gonna focus on scooping through the spine. But before we do anything, I wanna give you that strong foundation. So the feet, the knees, and the hips are all around the same width apart. If you know it's easier for you to press them together, stay there. It's really what works for your body mechanics today. Now, I want you to start on your sits bones. So the spine's long, and the belly is braced and pulled in. You know that brace, like you're trying to squeeze into a pair of pants. So really pulling that belly in tight. Now, drop the shoulder blades away, and then the feet will walk themselves away so there's enough space. You know, if you're here, you're kind of crowded. You can't really come up tall. So I want you to take the feet out maybe 2 feet away. Now, pull those heels back towards the bum to engage the inner thighs, stretching through the spine long. And then just bring the arms in front into almost like a circular position, like a sun. We're gonna bring the sun out today. So drop the shoulder blades away, and I want you to just start to C-shape the spine, scooping the belly into the spine, finding that rounding, and hold here. So you're almost coming back just a little bit, right? Almost like you're continuing to roll back, but you've stopped halfway. Now brace the belly. You should feel the turn on through that lower belly. Pull the thighs together, okay? Still keeping that space, but imagine there's a ball there. So you're pulling them in. The heels are pulling towards the bum, okay? Now the arms are nice and wide, and we're just gonna kind of pulse here, back and forth, finding the breath, thinking about the softness through the body. Good, releasing the shoulders from the ears. 2 more. And last one. Now continue to roll all the way down towards the mat. Let the arms come overhead. We'll tuck the chin, coming up with a roll up. The arms circle first. Then the head, neck, and shoulders start to follow, and we'll roll all the way back up to that seated position. Good. Now I want you to drop back again like you're finding that hold in the belly where we just were. And we'll take the arms and draw a figure 8. So dipping all the way around and drawing in that big circle. So as you're rotating, I want you to come, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Now reach. So big space, take up space. Keep coming, keep reaching all the way towards the back, and then rotate up. As you do this, pay attention to the shoulders. Drop them from the ears. Give your body space. Now check in with the knees. Can you continue to pull them back? Thinking about a ball, one of those big squishy yoga balls, or ones we have in class. Heels, pull them in. Try to give the quads a little bit of a rest here. Turning on the back body. Good, one more to the other side. Back to the midline, and then come through with that roll up again, rolling all the way back towards the floor, using this as your break. Taking a big breath in, and then letting the arms circle forward, floating all the way back up. Perfect. Coming again, finding that C shape. Hold here, arms stay where they are. We're gonna take our left arm, reaching to the back of the room. The right leg will pick up and come back. Now, as you're rotating, focus on that spine, continuing to pull the belly button into the spine, growing nice and tall. Good, staying with this lift, finding your strength. You've got it. Focusing on the breath, the last one to this side. And you know the drill, back to the midline. We'll slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. Arms reach overhead. Then tucking the chin, coming all the way back up again. Good, finding the C shape, holding there. This time, same thing with the arm, but the same leg will also reach. So as we extend that leg, we'll have the same arm. Adding in a little bit of that kind of off balance feeling, right? So really pull the belly button in as you rotate. Give yourself space. Almost like you can feel the obliques just kind of wringing out the spine. If you haven't guessed, that's my focus today. A lot of spine manipulation, wringing out that midline, kind of focusing on our obliques. Building a lot of internal heat. It's working, the sun is starting to come out. And I feel my hips. Last one each side, please. Good, taking the arms back to the midline. We will reset. Taking a big breath in, take the arms overhead. And start to roll one vertebrae at a time all the way back up. All right, last set here. We're gonna take the arms, turning, 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 turning. Okay, so we're in that C shape. We've turned all the way, and we're going to roll down on that side hip, that side oblique. Coming back to the midline, and then rolling up normal, just straight on. Bracing the belly, coming tall. If it's too much for you, I want you to just use the arms to help you here. If you need to hold on as you lower down, that's okay. And same thing for as you're getting more tired. Maybe it's just grabbing onto the thighs and giving yourself a little bit more support. Okay? So coming back, turn, 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 turn. Now roll down. Good, rotating through. Think of this as a massage, since we can't get to the massage studio. I don't know what you call it. There you go. You can add masseuse to your resume. I tell you, the jokes are still here. They're still terrible. But we're together. That's all that matters. So come on back. Rolling up. Back to the back of the room. Turning, turning, turning. All the way to the down. Beautiful job. We are going to take one more like this, coming to each side, reaching, reaching, reaching. Now find that big roll back. Arms come overhead. Rolling up. And last one to the back of the room. See, shaping the spine, find that nice big curve. Pulling belly in tight. Reaching overhead and rolling up. Now take a minute, bringing the soles of the feet together. Come forward, finding that butterfly stretch. Bringing face closer towards the feet. Kind of releasing through the spine. Take a minute here. Maybe it feels right to you to sit up taller and find a little bit of a twist. Come there. I'm just gonna check. I see a couple comments and I'm hoping they're just hellos. Hi, Reagan and Kim and John. Awesome, perfect. Just making sure. All right, so take as long as you need for that stretch, and then I want you to come back. So you're in a propped elbow position here. So often we come kind of propped with the hands down. I want you to bring the forearms down. So elbows are down, the forearms are pressing to the floor. You can have fists here, you can have flat hands, it doesn't truly matter. What I care about though is that spine is long and that shoulders are rolled down the back. All right, so brace the core, shoulders roll down the back, and we're going to start by just bringing the knees up together. So bringing them towards that tabletop position, just getting used to kind of feeling a little bit off-centered again. Really pull the belly button into the spine, grow tall here from the hips all the way to the shoulders. Roll them down the back. Now take the legs nice and high, pressing the feet together, and they're almost reaching into that, like, kind of to the corner, but not fully. We're gonna do baby hip circles. So the heels stay together, the toes reach away, and just roll through the hip, the little tiny circle back to the top. Now come to the other direction, roll back around, and to the top. So as you're doing this, you're really bracing those lower abs, rotating through. If you find that you have the tendency when you come low to maybe lift off the tailbone or change the form of the shoulders, I don't want you to come so far. That's why I want you to do mini circles. Good. One more to each direction, please. And last one. Perfect. Taking the knees back together again. Touching them down for a moment if you need to. Resetting that spine so it's nice and long. Let the shoulders pull down. Let them roll away. Perfect. Press through the elbows. Feel that length through the spine. The knees will press, they'll come back up, pressing into that tabletop position, letting them squeeze together. So again, thinking like there's a ball there. Really squeeze the knees together. We'll drop them to opposite sides. Together. So we'll drop them to each side. So as you find that twist through the spine, again, think of this as a little massage. Rolling through the back of the body. Finding that softness. Now we have a choice. We can stay here, or we can come to something else called a can-can. So the legs will dip towards the front, and then I want you to extend them away like we're can-canning. Bring them back in, and then to the other direction. Now pay attention to the form here. If this is a little bit too much, I want you to come long onto your backs. Same great movement, you just will have to be more mindful of that back hip as you come through, that you don't take it so far off the mat that you want to kind of keep falling, okay? Finding your breath. Last one like this to the back of the room. Now we'll come back to the front of the room. I want to take the legs nice and long, keeping that front elbow down. Back arm will reach towards the feet. We're going to come in with a little crunch, so we're reaching towards the ankle and then reach back. Good. So finding that knee crunch, feet shoot away, squeezing through those obliques. Good. Feeling that opening through the spine. Take two more. And last one. Now we'll come to the other side. Take the knees in, let them roll to the back of the room, bracing the core, coming into that back arm. Front hand will reach towards the ankles, and then we'll extend away. Good. So feel that squeeze with each knee coming in, squeezing through the midline, waking up the obliques even more. Good, stay here. Two more. Last one. Good. Feet will come down. I want you to slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time to the mat, and then take the knees up and give them a nice big hug. And just kind of rock back and forth if you'd like. Maybe perhaps letting one leg come down and finding that figure four stretch. So taking one foot, crossing it over the other knee, and then just kind of threading the hands through and reaching for the opposite knee. So you can kind of pull down and wake up that hip and the bum. Staying here. Good. When you're ready, switching sides, threading the other foot through. One more big breath. Perfect. Now we're going to just roll through the spine just a little bit, coming back and forth with our roll up that we've already seen a little bit, but let the legs stretch nice and long this time. We're going to use it to just kind of roll through any of that lactic acid that's built up. So taking a big breath in, take the arms overhead, start to reach towards the toes, rolling up one vertebrae at a time, holding at the top here, and reach for the toes to see if you can stretch through the back body. Perfect. Just find a nice big stretch, waking up the hamstrings, the hips, the back. Now try to breathe sideways. Try to breathe off the mat. So like an umbrella, I want you to think about that breath work for just a moment, that you're trying to breathe the ribs wide, the back and the belly all out at the same time. Good. So as you're holding this forward fold, try to press to the back, breathing wide, breathing into the back, and not just into the belly. Take one more really big breath like that. Like you're opening up an umbrella and then letting it go. Start to stack the spine nice and tall. Pull the shoulders from the ears. Brace the belly as you start to roll down one vertebrae at a time. The arms continue overhead, reaching up and over. Take a big breath in. On the exhale, take the arms, let them circle. Reaching the rib cage down. Reaching all the way for the toes. Holding here for one of those big umbrella breaths. On the next breath in, stack the spine really tall here. Pulling the shoulder blades away from the ears, start to scoop the spine. Rolling back one vertebrae at a time. Arms continue to circle overhead. We'll take one more roll up and roll down. Taking it at your pace. Staying and hanging and having that nice big breath if you'd like. Reaching tall. And rolling all the way back down to the mat if you haven't yet. Taking the arms overhead, we're going to start with the feet into the mat and fingertips towards the temples and just kind of wake up in that cross crawl position. So the fingertips will be towards the temples, avoiding pulling on the neck. I want you to tuck the chin though, thinking about maybe a lemon right there that you're holding tight so that the neck is in a great spot. And then we're going to take the front leg and bring it to that tabletop position with a bend here, that 90-degree reach to the knee. Now, back shoulder, not the elbow, will reach towards that knee, and you can come a little closer if it would like, and then just touch down, stretching long here. Now we'll switch sides, taking the front shoulder to the back knee. So slow little crunch here, because I want you to wake up those obliques even more, feeling them turn on, feeling the ring out, the twist motion through that lower spine. Good, and thinking about all the other important pieces, tucking the chin, widening the shoulders. Good, keeping those elbows as soft as you can. Now feel free to stay with a slower pose, or even stay with the toe tap. Or an option to take it a little bit further and extend the leg long that's not reaching towards. Good. So finding that bicycle crunch, that single leg extension, but adding in our twist. Keep pressing the lower back to the mat as you get a little bit tired. That's where we start to lose our form. And make sure you tuck through the chin. Good, keeping it nice and slow. Feeling that openness, that strength. Now, the next time we get to the front of the room, I want you to hold here with the back leg extended. We typically do some fancy work here, and what we're gonna do is take that back leg and draw little circles. Remember which direction you're drawing. Good. Now plant that foot, let the foot come to the sky. Continue the same direction, circling down and around. Drawing maybe a little bit bigger circle to the sky, still with that twist. Good. Come down. Now we'll switch. Coming back to that just single leg extension for just a moment. When we have the back leg stretching in and the front leg nice and long, we'll find that circle dropping down and around, holding with the twist. Last one. Foot will drop to the ground, other leg to the sky, drawing that big circle. Same direction. Last one. Give yourself a little squeeze here. Remember which direction you went. I went down and I went to the left. Now this time I'm going to switch it up. So coming back to that single leg extension, you see where we're going. We have to go circle in the other direction. So the next time that front knee's in, hold here. Circle to your other direction. If you don't, it doesn't matter. You just get 2 reps the same. 2 more. Last one. Foot comes down, stay circling. Big circles this time. Keep pressing the lower back to the mat. Good, coming back in. One more side here, almost to the end of this. You guys are doing great. Hold here, find that little circle, opposite direction. Reaching, rolling through that spine, holding here. Challenging your brain, you've got it. Now touch that foot down, bigger circles. Keeping that knee as stationary as possible, that's reaching towards the sky. Squeezing that belly even more if you haven't. Last one, give yourself a nice big hug. Good, just rocking back and forth, softening through the spine. All right, we're gonna keep the back down. The arms will come nice and wide. Feet will come back to the sky, stacking them right over the hips here. Heels together, toes apart. We're gonna draw bigger circles together, rolling through the hips. Maybe perhaps lifting that back hip off the mat as you roll through. So we did this props before in kind of baby circles. We want to come a little bit bigger, using it as a massage, but also challenging ourselves because we've really woken up those lower belly. We've woken up our lower back. So we really want to use that heat to help us continue to build those layers of muscles. Circling through, one more to each direction, please. And last one. Good, bringing the knees in one more time. We'll take the knees, pressing them together, arms nice and wide. Let the knees drop towards the front of the room and give yourself just a nice big supine twist. If you'd like, you can pick the head up and look towards the back of the room and just twist from the top of the head all the way through the tail. On the next big breath, we'll take the knees towards the back of the room, stacking through the spine, lifting off and looking to the opposite direction. All right, we are going to come to a sideline position. Now, if you have one of those towels, feel free to grab it and put it under the knee or the elbow. If you are on like a thinner surface, if it feels better to you. For me, I have so much padding already, I don't need any more. All right, so I want you to bring the elbow down right underneath the shoulder, so the forearm's pressing to the mat. You can come to a fist, you can keep the hand flat, it doesn't matter. I want the knees to be, excuse me, relatively in line with the hips here, so that when you press through the elbow and you press through the knee, you can kind of lift off. So you may need to walk the elbow in or maybe walk the knees out if it feels a little bit more comfortable to you. So I want you to just take a minute, find which position feels right. For me, it's that they're almost stacked. They're a little bit to the front, so I have a little bit more strong footing. And then I'm on that elbow, maybe out a tiny bit from the shoulder line, okay? It's really what works for you. Now I want you to stack the knees and just squeeze the inner thighs together And then turn on that side oblique. So as you can tell, I like to talk to you to keep you holding positions a little bit longer. I think my members have kind of caught on to that, but hopefully you're there. So take that lower belly, take those obliques, squeeze them in, okay? Now drop the shoulder away from the ear and continue to stack. So the hips are stacked. Maybe perhaps you need to take that top hip, that bum, and roll it forward so it's stacked, okay? If everything feels great, this top arm has choices, can come to the sky, can come down here for a little bit more support if it's too much on the elbow, or can come to the hip. Since hopefully you've been holding this position, I can tell you another choice is to keep that hip drop down for this entire series, but I hope you did just hold some of that. All right, so when you're ready, come on up. We're gonna take the knee open to a clamshell and close. So you're continuing to squeeze that side belly in and just opening and closing. Remember, you can always come back to here. You may feel the rotations a little bit different, more squeeze through that hip, okay? Staying here though. If this is too much on the neck, I want you to bring the gaze down towards the floor. Take 2 more. Last one. Good. Now we're going to continue with that same motion for the hips, but we're going to come through with a raise and a lower. So dropping the hip down, knees stay closed. Now extend and elevate, opening up. Good. Dropping down and elevate. If you are working just from the hip, just continuing opening and closing that clam. 2 more. Last one. So continue to squeeze that back body as you open up. We're going to take the feet off, touching down at the knees, and then extending that leg long. Remember, always have the option to come here and extend. So continue to stack through the hips and reach away. Good. Stay with that lift. Keep bracing the belly. Pull that side body in. On the last one here, keep that leg nice and long, tapping it down and up. Staying with that lift. We are almost to the end of this. Keep squeezing that side body. Take 3 more. 2. Last one. Touch down for just a minute here. Give that arm a rest if you need to. And we're going to change the arms just a bit. We're looking to square our chest towards the floor. So you'll see there's a big rotation through, like from that belly button up. We're twisting through the spine. Hips are going to stay square towards me, and that top leg stays nice and long. Now arms come down, forearms down. You can stay on this hip or option to come off to the knee, okay? We're going to take that foot and draw little circles. Keep rolling through the hip. Think about lengthening from the toe all the way through the hip. One more like this, switch directions. Good, last one, touch down. We'll take that arm that's on the top here. We'll reach it overhead, finding a nice big stretch. Option to stay lifted off the hip or come down if you need to. And then we'll rotate back, rolling backwards, reaching the arm away, and the leg kicks to the front. Now drop the shoulders away from the ears. This is what it will look like if you're lifted, squeezing through the side body, and then float yourself around. Good, taking 3 more. 2 more. And last one. Good, rolling all the way down to your backs. We'll come to a bridge pose. Taking a little time, just let the arms go, maybe giving that a wiggle, that one that was holding you up for so long. And then the arms can stretch out to a T, please. We're gonna bring the arms nice and wide. And then the feet will come in about 2 inches from the bum. Knees are about hip width apart, and then the heels continue to pull in towards the bum. Now we're gonna lift off, rolling 1 vertebrae at a time, finding that Pilates bridge. So a nice long line from, the breastbone, rib cage, all the way through the hips and out towards the knees. If you're a yogi, we typically come a little bit higher, squeezing the back body. I want you to drop in though, bracing the belly and continue to grow long. Now, take it 1 vertebrae at a time and just start to roll down. Good, touching down just for a moment and then roll right back up to that bridge. Exhaling, rolling down. And inhaling as you roll back up. We'll take one more. This time when you get to the top, I want you to hold here. We're dropping our hips towards the floor, but alternating, taking our front hip, turning, dropping down, and then squeezing the bum to come back square. Dropping the back hip down, squeeze and rise back square. Good, staying with this, lowering this lift, really squeezing through the obliques. One more to this side. We're gonna come down, rolling down, stopping here for just one moment. Take that front foot and cross it over like we're coming to the figure 4 stretch, but we'll keep our back foot towards the mat, okay? We're not stretching actually. So when you're ready, we're gonna roll up and find our way into a bridge pose. Bringing the fingertips towards the temples, I want you to roll down and crunch, reaching towards that knee. Good. So staying on this same side, roll up, find that bridge, really squeezing through the back body. Drop that knee away, okay, so it's nice and square. No, roll back down, stay pressing towards the floor, and just lift off that shoulder. Good. So you'll find just one shoulder's rolling up as you find that cross crunch. Squeeze through the back body, pull that knee down towards the floor, drop the hips so they stay square. Now roll down, brace the belly, back shoulder comes up towards that knee. Stay with that, come again, rolling through, reaching, holding here. Coming back down again, and cross. One more time, taking that big roll all the way up, squeezing, bracing the belly tall, rolling back down, and crossing over. Perfect. Uncross that leg, coming back to the arms nice and wide. We'll come up to that bridge pose, and tiny little pulse up and down here. Giving your hips just a little bit of break here, if that feels like it. Just squeezing the back body, squeezing the bum. Take 2 more, and last one. Rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Now we'll take the back leg this time, crossing at the ankle towards the front knee, and then again, pull that knee away. So the knees are pulled back and almost in line with each other if they can be. Flexing the foot if you'd like to protect the knee. Arms will come wide and then the fingertips pull in towards the temples, okay? Now brace the belly, roll up one vertebrae at a time, finding that bridge pose, keep dropping the knee away, squeezing the back body. Now lower down, this time front shoulder reaches towards the back knee. Come long again, brace the belly, roll up. I feel like I'm almost off the loft here. I'm rolling. Come on back down. And reach. Stay with it. I'm just coming back because my mat's moving. Coming back up again, holding here. Good. Squeezing, rolling back down. Reaching towards the knee. We've got 2 more, I believe. Roll up. Good. Back down. And reaching. Last one. Rolling all the way up. And back down, and find that cross. Perfect. Give yourself a nice big squeeze, and if you can, rock yourself up to a seated position and switch directions if you need to. I need to, so then you can see me. If you guys don't care about seeing me, then that doesn't really matter for you. All right, so we get to do the same sideline thing on the other side. Great news is when you're done, it looks like the sky is turning blue and there's gonna be a lot more sunshine, so yay, it's gonna be a beautiful day. So take the elbow right underneath the shoulder. We'll wrap up quick so you guys can get out there to enjoy it. Stack the knees and stack the feet. Good. Now roll that top hip forward so it stays nice in line. Perfect. And then I want you to lift off, coming to that knee position, that kneeling side plank. Maybe move that elbow in if you need to. Open up the shoulder. Just feel the turn on that side body. Bracing the core. And again, we talked a lot on the other side, so I'm gonna just fill the time for just a little bit. So I miss you all. I don't know if I've told you that. I can't wait to be back together again. This is really fun, but man, it's not the same not like seeing you. I know there's some words and I can't wait to read them all and reply to all you guys later, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're taking time. If it's live or if it's later and you're catching a replay, it is so important. I hope you're still holding this pose. To stay with it. Stay with that mental peace. It's the only thing that's going to get us through this is time, so we might as well pass it with each other. So hopefully you're still there. If you are, you're my favorite students. If you're not, get back up and open up to a clam, please. Good. So lifting and lowering, keeping the hips nice and stacked, feet are pressed together, the knees just open and close. Remember, you have the choice. If it's too much on that shoulder, drop down, just lift and lower, squeezing through that side body. You've got it. Take 2 more. Move my arm. Last one. Good. Now again, with this lift and lower, we're gonna drop down, squeezing everything nice and tight, and then extend, open up. Keep rolling that top hip forward. Good. And opening up. Take 2 more. Last one. Now, taking that knee in, tapping at the knee, and extending the leg nice and long. Remember, choice to always come here. Keep squeezing that hip forward, releasing the shoulders away from the ears wherever you are. Keep bracing that side belly, pulling it in nice and tight. The last one, when it comes long, hold here, dropping the leg up and down. If the neck's starting to feel sore, look down at the arm. Gonna take 3 more. 2 and 1. Drop down for just a minute if you'd like. We're gonna turn the chest, right? So that's that fancy kind of move. I want you to drop the front shoulder, front elbow, down towards the floor. The shoulder will square with the floor. Remember, we're twisting right from that belly button a little bit higher towards the breastbone and just squaring off as much as we can. So pressing through the forearms, looking right towards the floor. Now, option to stay on that on that back hip or lift off to the knee. We're gonna take little tiny circles here. Good, think about wringing out the hips. Breathing through the obliques. 1 more, switch directions. As you press through the forearms, pull that neck nice and long, continuing to tuck the chin. 2 more, last one. Now, same thing with that little twist here, taking that top arm, the one that's long with the leg, we'll reach it long here. So you can stay on the hip or you can elevate up onto the knee. We're gonna reach and extend and then roll back, kicking the leg to the front, the arm sweeps to the back. So just finding a nice big twist stretch here. Take 2 more. And last one. Good, coming down, we're gonna square ourselves towards the mat and come back to that shell stretch. It is almost time, so we're just gonna kind of loosen up, finding a little bit more softness. Slow the breath down. Threading the needle, taking our back arm, threading it through the front right underneath the armpit. See if you can twist through the shoulder. Kind of wringing out that midline 1 more time. Good, switching directions, taking the other hand to the opposite way. Taking the hands in front, we'll come forward to that cat and cow 1 more time, pressing through the hands, rolling the spine to the sky, dropping the head down, and then bracing the belly, tucking it, rolling through, reaching the head towards the sky. Take 1 more like this. Rolling through. Good, sitting back onto the heels. We'll stack the spine nice and tall. And I want you to take the chest and just rotate it towards the front of the room. If this is too much, just come down to your bum, come off those heels. Make sure to drop the shoulder blades away from the ears so you have space. And the other side. One more pose today. Take your hands down, tuck the heels, coming to that forward fold position. walking yourselves back and rolling onto the heels of the feet. Just letting the head, neck, and shoulders go. Finding some big breaths here, giving yourself permission to just kind of let go. Releasing any of the things that you've been holding on to this week. And on your next big breath, start to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I am a mess. This has been so much fun. It is so nice to practice with you all. I know it's really hard when we don't get to see each other, so it's important that you take this time. Please reach out to us if you need anything. Make sure that, you keep posted. There's a million classes that are being offered right now, multiple ones a day. So make sure you pay attention to them. There's 2 more really great ones tomorrow. We have Beth at 10 with it's not fitness stretch, it's strength and balance. And then Sylvie is going to be doing a yoga class. I don't remember which one, but I want to say it's at 5 o'clock. So both of them live streamed. Awesome choices. Remember, you can always go back to the Facebook page and pull up any old exercises that you want to see throughout the week. Try those. There's health, nutrition things on Monday with Shelby. There's so many different opportunities to kind of test out different things, to kind of see where you want to just change things up. So keep checking back in. Let us know if you need anything. And we truly cannot wait to see you guys again soon. Take care. Stay home. Stay healthy. I'm just making sure I don't turn it off in the middle.